If you're in recruitment, you already know that communication is pretty much the lifeblood of your job. But what happens when that communication starts to break down? Well, today, we're diving into how to automate and streamline your entire hiring process, making it way faster, a whole lot smarter, and just more effective. Hi, I'm 𝐘𝐸, your AI knowledge operator. My job is to take complex topics and break them down into clear, actionable insights for you. So let's kick things off by talking about a problem that I bet is all too familiar. Does this sound familiar? You find that perfect candidate, you get the interview scheduled, and then, poof, they're a no-show. Or maybe it's just the endless back-and-forth emails, the constant delays, that feeling of a communication void. Honestly, these are some of the biggest headaches in the entire hiring world. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll dig into the chaos of hiring communication. Then we'll meet an AI operator built to fix it. We'll see automation in action with some real numbers, walk through a super simple setup, and then tackle some of your top questions. First up, hiring communication chaos. Let's really break down what this mess looks like for recruiters on a day-to-day basis. At its heart, the problem is a fundamental communication breakdown. And look, it's not just about one missed email. It's this systemic gap that causes these frustrating delays and leads directly to costly missed interviews. And worst of all, it creates a poor candidate experience, which can seriously damage your company's reputation.
So what if you could just permanently close that communication gap? Let's meet the AI operator that's designed to do exactly that.
This is the MyOperator and Zoho Recruit integration. And I want you to think of it as more than just another piece of software. It's like a dedicated AI operator for your hiring communication built specifically to bring some serious order to all that chaos. So how does it actually work? Well, it automates the entire hiring workflow by talking to candidates where they actually live, on WhatsApp and through phone calls. This immediately makes for a better candidate experience and, of course, boosts your recruiter's efficiency. And the best part? Every single interaction, every message, every call is automatically synced right back into Zoho Recruit, so your team always knows exactly what's going on.
Okay, that all sounds good in theory, right? But what does this automation actually look like in practice? Let's check out the numbers and see the real-world impact.
How about a 60% faster response time from candidates? I mean, think about that. How's that possible? By sending instant WhatsApp confirmations and updates, you completely eliminate the waiting game. No more delays and no more missed opportunities because you got to the best candidates first.
And what about that frustrating no-show problem? Well, automation leads to a 45% reduction in missed interviews. It just happens because the system automatically reminds and reconfirms with candidates through WhatsApp or a call. It's such a simple step, but it saves countless hours and keeps your hiring pipeline moving.
And then there's this, 100% communication automation. This means every single person involved, the candidate, the recruiter, the hiring manager, is always perfectly in sync. All those messages and calls are automated and tracked, creating one single reliable source of truth for the whole process.
Let me give you a really clear example. Imagine a candidate applies. Instantly, they get a WhatsApp notification. They get shortlisted, boom, another notification. An interview is scheduled, they get all the details right away. It's your communication running on complete autopilot.
And you don't need to be a developer to get this running. The system uses these smart AI-powered workflows to handle all those repetitive but super critical tasks. You know, the follow-ups, the status updates, the reminders, all without you ever having to write a single line of code. Now, you might be thinking this sounds pretty powerful, but also kind of complicated to set up. Let's walk through the setup process because you'll see just how simple it really is. It really is just 3 simple steps. First, you just connect your Zoho Recruit and WhatsApp business accounts. Second, you set up your automation rules. You just decide what action should trigger a message, like a new application. And third, you start tracking your engagement data to see what's working and how you can make it even better. And that's really the key point here. There's no complex technical setup. You can connect everything with just a few clicks, which makes this accessible for literally any recruitment team, no matter how tech-savvy you are. All right, to finish up, let's tackle a few of the most common questions people have about this kind of integration. A big one is always about personalization. Can you actually customize the messages that are going out? The answer is a big yes, absolutely. You can use pre-approved templates to get started really quickly, or you can design your own from scratch. And the best part is you can use these dynamic fields to automatically pull in things like the candidate's name, the job title, or the interview time, which makes every single automated message still feel personal. Okay, next question. What about phone calls? Does the system keep a log of all those important conversations?
Yes, it does. Every single call made or received through the system is automatically logged right inside Zoho Recruit. This is a huge benefit for team accountability, making sure everyone has a complete history of every candidate interaction all in one place.
You know, it all really comes down to this. When you automate communication, you engage with candidates better, and that lets you hire smarter people, which in turn helps you build your team and your business that much faster.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. When you take away all that busy work, the manual follow-ups, the scheduling back and forth, what could your team achieve with all those hours you get back? What's the strategic work you could finally focus on?